Hello, Internet. We're back here. More box office predictions. And this is a movie I haven't even heard about until now, and that's Anna. So let's talk about it real quick. It's directed by Luc Besson, who's well known for movies like the Transporter movies, The Fifth Element, Lucy, which was his biggest hit. So it's obvious he wants to replicate that Lucy success. But there are a couple problems with that, and I'll explain in a bit. So let's go over some potential pros. Well, it could provide decent counter programming to Toy Story 4 because, it's obvious those two audiences are not going to overlap with each other. And it might do well with like some action movie fans. People are just like, where is an action movie, that I might want to watch? And this could be that movie, but I don't know because I don't even know anything about it. But it just looks like one of those, usual female action movies. It's clear this. It's how do I explain this? It might be a Atomic Blonde, but Atomic Blonde had a lot more hype going into it because one of the directors of that what did the John Wick movies, and then that director eventually did David Leitch. He eventually did Deadpool 2, and now he's doing Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. So that's a different scenario. This looks a lot smaller in comparison. Let's go over its cons. Luc Besson has been having a real rough go at it these days, particularly after the disaster, the absolute catastrophe that was Valerian and the Thousand Planets. That movie bombed big time. And I remember very clearly it was Comic Con 2016 when he said when his movie was gonna go up against Dunkirk, he was like, "Oh, my movie's gonna do so much better," and it tanked hard. Probably lost them millions of dollars. So it's obvious he's not doing so good. And with Toy Story 4 in the market and whatnot, it's gonna be hard for this movie to really stand out because it feels so small in comparison to that. And even Men in Black International, or even Shaft, it feels so much smaller than those movies, and I think it's gonna suffer. It might just suffer because of it, and it won't have any real competition the following week because there's gonna be nothing to really beat it. But it's gonna be facing Spider-Man: Far From Home soon, and that's going to kill it. So yeah, overall, prediction wise, it has a off chance of reaching 10, but that's about it. Don't expect Atomic Blonde numbers. Definitely don't expect Lucy numbers because that movie obviously had a more interesting premise and a more bankable star. I don't even know who this is. That movie had Scarlett Johansson, and Atomic Blonde had Charlize Theron. This is so small scale in comparison. So it'll probably end around 20, 30. It'll have a quick end. So yeah, that is Anna. Next up, we have a small movie, a real small movie called Yesterday, which I think, if done right, could be a sleeper hit, but I don't know. But we'll talk about that more in depth, in the next video. So, yeah, make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. If you want to see some other predictions, I made two playlists, one for the blockbusters and the one for the not blockbusters. You can already guess where this is going. If you haven't seen these videos before. And yeah, that is it. And I am out.